Right. And so here's another run blitz from the field. 2:26 left in the second quarter. 3rd-and-1 situation. This is a big play. So the Jets run inside zone right here. The Bills are sending, again, these guys are all slanting inside. They're having Hamlin come off the edge. This is when it works, it's beautiful. Like you said,
Yes.
it forces 4th down here. And I think this is the one. Is this the one where they faked it and got it? Either way, 3rd-and-1 situation here. Hamlin, again, coming late. Those guys are slanting inside. There's nowhere to go inside. He's forced to kind of bounce it, and Hamlin's there to make the tackle. Hell of a player. I think he's a future starter in this league. He's been playing great in the Bills scheme here. Hamlin brings down the running back on that run blitz.
He times this up perfectly. Like, you can watch him start to creep and anticipate it, and then he just shoots it. But, and I don't want to take away from Hamlin, but I want to highlight the team. Oh, beautiful. The sideline angle. Like, watch Hamlin as he doesn't completely give it away, and then he times it, and he is so good at timing these run blitzes. He started it against Miami. He's continued it.
Packers last week in the hole or in the game against A.J. Dillon.
He's really good. And he showed, again, I don't think it's surprising. Like, he showed this at Pitt, and Pitt, that Pat Narduzzi defense, a very easy transition to the NFL for him and Dane Jackson. But you see that well-timed blitz. He comes down on a proper angle with force, makes the tackle. But for me, like, I know he ends up on the ground. A.J. Epinesa, that slant inside, Robinson has nowhere to go but to go to Damar Hamlin. Plus, you combine that with Ed Oliver inside. Ed Oliver slants inside, rips through that arm. The middle is completely gone, right? And then between the guard and tackle is also completely gone. Now that B gap is done because A.J. Epinesa has slanted through. This is like the
and keep that in mind. And keep that in mind because it comes into play later.
Big time. This is a play, I think, where in a vacuum, someone sees it and is like, man, this is an amazing play by Damar Hamlin. But this happens because of the other puzzle pieces being Ed Oliver and also A.J. Epinesa. Their play forces James Robinson to Damar Hamlin. Hamlin has to execute, which he does, but that was well-timed and well-designed, and that's how team defense works in run fits, which is what they are.
Counter tray away from the blitz. You have Johnson coming from the left side from the field here. So now watch what happens on this play. Again, keep an eye on Daquan Jones, who I have circled, and then the tight end coming across the formation. So Bills have this gummed up, right? Here are the guys slanting inside. Here comes the blitz from the secondary. But watch what happens. You talked about Epinesa getting across the face that one play. This play, he doesn't. And so everything is gummed up to the front side here. Everything is taken away. This is all taken away. Tremaine Edmonds is flowing with the tight end because the Bills are in man coverage. So as that tight end comes across, he's flowing with him. What happens is Epinesa doesn't get across the face of this guy. And then what opens up? That gap. And that's when the running back can cut up inside. There's a hold right there.
Huge hold.
Phillips. It's not called. And the Jets are into the 3rd level. So here's the context and nuance from this game. Same exact play. Bills sent a blitz on this one. You see what happens when a guy, Daquan Jones was asked after the game, what happened? Missed tackles and run fits. Here's a missed run fit by Epinesa, and it cost him on this play.
And this is too, I had a couple people come through and say, oh, like, this is on Jaquan Johnson for the bad run fit, and it's not. He's filling on that outside, and even more so, watch Jaquan Johnson come down because you hit it. He sees Epinesa. Epinesa is going inside, so Johnson has to stay outside. If they both go inside, go ahead.
Also, there's that zone read piece. Yes, he is also the QB keeper.
Thank you. He has to honor
because he's slanting inside.
Correct. And that's a very viable thing against Zach Wilson, who has legs and is mobile and can use them. So Johnson does his job, and Epinesa looks like he's about to do his, and Dwayne Brown is just really big and really strong. Locks him right up. Epinesa cannot get through. And that's the big one. Like, I don't like to be that person that goes through and, well, this should have been a flag, and this play is dead if Jordan Phillips doesn't get held. Like, he literally gets grabbed and bear hugged. You can see his jersey getting yanked up on the back too. He gets grabbed around his arm. It's an unfortunate flag that isn't thrown. But again, that's where you can see, like, if you're off in your run fit just a little bit, all it takes is one person to be off in some way and things can crumble a little bit. Then you have the added piece of a hold that wasn't called on this play. And it's just a beautiful alley for James Robinson to get north and south.
Yeah, unfortunate for the Bills again. This is one of those drives, like, you just got to get them off the field, and they just couldn't.